Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Theta token, see kind of what's going on. I got a lot of requests for this one recently, and I can totally see why. So this is just kind of a quick analysis on what's going on there. Best practice, big picture. Hope you are not new to the channel, and welcome back. If you are, welcome as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I love teaching people how to trade. I really hope you can learn something here today and possibly, become a better trader. If you want to become a better trader faster, CryptoCache.tech is linked in the description below. I have a trading academy, community, and signal group, so you can learn how to structure your trades effectively and just become a generally more consistent trader. I average about 80-85% myself with my success rate, so why not share that? And most of it comes from what I see here, but also a strong, foundation of, having a good head on my shoulders, for lack of better terms, and not overreacting. And there's a lot of things I teach, of course, but generally speaking, I hope you can learn something here. Enough about that. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and talk about the current situation here for Theta. So we see a common trend here with a lot of coins, whereas the price was getting rejected right around the 50-day simple moving average, and then just out of nowhere kind of takes off. We saw the same thing with Tron as well, and it has a tendency of just kind of continuing higher for longer periods of time. But at this point, the bottom line is we're up over a 50-day SMA, and as long as we can close our one-day candlestick at about $3.20 or higher, we're going to be in pretty good shape to consider that to be a support level. Okay. Now the day is still young, but that's a pretty large amount of retracement that would need to happen for that to come below. So it's pretty likely it's going to occur. We also see this as well. Once again, a lot of coins are exuding this behavior. They're peaking up over 50 on the RSI, kind of giving us that potential breakout that is up above a key level resistance. All right, so just something to be mindful of. And furthermore, of course, we have a potential MACD convergence here, of course, forming. So kind of implies that the long-term big picture for Theta should continue upwards. That's the general consensus. So again, a lot of good stuff here on the 1 day. Let's go ahead and take a look at 4 hour, see if we are overextended at all. We came up to a 9 previously, back down to a 3 and up to a 5. So all in all, we're looking pretty good here, but you got to keep in mind that 5 could imply that we have another 12 to 24 hours worth of continuation of the downside. As long as this continuation doesn't go any lower than the most recent high, which is right around $3.20 once again, then we're going to see the price action continue to maintain itself. Because again, a previous resistance level, which is what we can see here. Obviously, the price had a lot of trouble passing that plane. Now that it's above, we have to give it the chance to allow that to become a support level. It should, and hypothetically could, work as a support level. The likelihood is very high, considering the fact that it was a strong resistance previously. Okay. And what basically happened is the bears were like, no, the price will not go above this. And now that the price is above, the bulls are going to be like, no, the price is not going to go any lower than this, right? We're not going to let it go below. So that's kind of the general consensus there. So in other words, that the average true range is essentially averaging up, and that's a positive sign. So, good stuff there in that sense. We look at the RSI, bounced off of 70 on the RSI, the price trending back down. Really simply put, just a very standard behavior coming up off 70. I like the fact that it rejected off 70, which is a resistance level here, roughly at about $3.55. And I like it because of the fact that when you get over 70 on the RSI on the 4 hour specifically, you can have harder retracements, and this is going to be a natural correction. So heaven forbid the price comes all the way down to 50 and we hit 50 on the RSI, it should continue upwards. Same thing with the price action too. Okay. So just expect the price to come down a little bit further. It's not all the way done yet with this retracement, but it's possibly getting to an end. And what I mean by that here is if we take a look at the 4 hour, we take a look at TD sequential here, we see we hit a 9 just recently on the upside, and then just before that we hit another 9. So when you hit 2 9s in a row, in most cases, you can expect the price to turn around and come back down. So once again, I think the likelihood of a retest of 320 is possible. It's probable, but it'll probably consolidate somewhere between there and the current price point. So I'd expect to have some support in the range of 320 to 340 as a round number for the price action moving forward. We may even see 338 as a round number working as a support, because you can see here, of course, we have this strong little resistance where the price could not pass and then effectively breaks above, and this could be the new support. All right, so primary support is 338, secondary support is 320. That's essentially what we're looking at there. We are above the cloud though, I'm confident of that. Yep, and we can see the price came into the cloud and essentially continued upwards. Got a nice sweet little rejection there. So All good stuff. In other words, if you have a long position, don't bother closing it. You maybe want to consider trimming a little bit, perhaps. That's always a benefit. But generally speaking, it depends on your overall trajectory. Are you planning to hold this for a long time? Is it a short-term hold? What is it? What kind of trade is it in the first place? You always set a goal before you take a trade. Always set multiple profit targets, at least 3. That's how I structure my trades. I have 3 profit targets, occasionally 2 entry targets if the price is on the way down. And then, of course, more importantly, have a trailing stop loss that moves with the price as the price goes higher. That way, heaven forbid the price comes down and retraces, you get stopped out, you're still taking profit. It's a really cool situation. It's all fully automated. So once again, check that out, CryptoCache.tech. But generally speaking, we're looking pretty good here. Big picture, Theta looks like it should continue. The last thing to touch on is the elephant in the room with the volume. Make sure we pay attention to the amount of volume that we're seeing here. Today's volume is nice. It's reflectant of late March, where we saw the price increase pretty steadily. So we could experience another increase here. The likelihood is very high, pending we have enough volume to support that. Because you see the volume down here, it's hard to see with that, the Fibonacci retracement, but you can see the volume tapered off as the price comes down. Okay, so with less volume equals more selling pressure, and then essentially, if we don't have that volume, we're not going to have the increase. All right. So once again, to kind of clarify that, one last little thing, $4.38 is the most recent high. The likelihood of hitting that again is getting higher, because you got to keep in mind we're making higher lows here. All right, that's a good consistent thing. A lot of coins are making lower highs, and it's not ideal, or lower lows essentially. So the fact that we've been able to maintain this this trend, this uptrend, is a very good testament, kind of helping us understand that, hey, we're probably in pretty good shape. So again, I think all in all, Theta is averaging itself up, slow and steady, but as long as we continue to maintain this volume, there's no reason why it wouldn't hit $4.38 again on this run. How soon will that happen? Well, it just depends on the overall projection. If we look at the previous time frame, it took roughly, how many days of that? Let's just say that that's probably about 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of trading for about 60% increase. So for us to get that same amount of travel, we want to be able to have that happen. We could expect that within the next week or 2. Okay, again, best case scenario, again, pending volume continues, we're fine. If you see the volume start to taper off and we lose volume, then the price will start to slowly recede or go sideways, probably not grow a lot. Okay. Again, hard to grow with no volume, which is why Bitcoin right now is looking pretty good. Check out my Bitcoin video too if you're curious, because I do cover that every single day. And it's important to understand how well Bitcoin's doing to understand how well these coins are going to be doing. Because obviously the last 4 days Bitcoin's been doing well, and some coins are outperforming and doing very good as well. So it's kind of nice to acknowledge that. Either way, thanks again for your time. I hope you learned something here today. Down below, CryptoCache.tech is a link in the description if you want to become a better trader. I have a Signal group, trading academy, and community. We all learn and grow together. Over 300 members. Awesome experience. Check that out in your own time. I look forward to working with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Thank you.